sipping on this yak. They can try to call me in, but I'ma be where I'm going into my room. I got a bottle and some edibles. I hope I hit the lotto. I'm just fading away. I'm fading to stay. I ain't going into my room. I got a bottle and some edibles. I hope I hit the lotto. I'm just fading away.
Yo,
what up?
What's good?
Yo, shouts out to the mom squad and the dad squad.
Welcome back to Planet Breakdown. Hug Life.
Life in the building.
Yeah, look, it gets me every time, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't got, hey, y'all got some fan art to send, you know what I'm saying? Send it to it. It's blank back there, man. Poster, whatever, send it, you know what I'm saying? But check it. Crypt dropped another one. Everything's wrong with Nick Cannon's invitation canceled. Alright, so we're gonna get into this real quick. We got the giveaway contest going on. You follow our Spotify playlist, Timeless Hip Hop. You know what I mean? You can win $100 and more. You know what I'm saying? So the rules are right here. Alright, you know what I'm saying? So I don't cost you nothing but a follow.
Yep.
Alright.
And real quick, I just want to say this. I want to say thank you guys. Thank all of y'all for going to watching the interview, my artist interview. Appreciate the love on that. If you haven't seen it yet, just go to our community tab and click on the link. You see it's an interview. Click on it, like it, leave me a comment. I'm going to try to go through all those comments and reply to everybody soon. This week I have a lot of free time to do so. So please go on that video that's on the community tab. Click the link, go to that page and like it and leave a comment. It'll help me out a lot. And also, I'm getting my website built for anybody who want to see my work. We'll put something in here so you can see that. But go sign up for my email list too. So that'll help me out. Appreciate the love on that.
ScriptWork, let's go.
Word.
A third diss track response, despite there not being a diss track to respond to. I feel like Nick is just trying to find a sneaky way to get Eminem to sing one of Mariah Carey's songs without him actually wanting to.
Why you so obsessed with me?
1 minute and 54 seconds of Nick Cannon playing clips of Eminem dissing him and Mariah in various songs, accompanied by Dr. Dre's voice saying, "Here's what they think about you," a whopping 27 times!
Remember what Ice Cube said? Oh yeah, it ain't over, motherfucker.
Nick copies the intro to Ice Cube's No Vaseline, hoping that if he uses the same formula, his diss will have the same impact. But he's wrong. Very, very wrong.
That's what we said, like, bruh, like, come on, man, you setting the stakes too high. You set yourself up for failure out the gate, dog. You coming with doggone, come on now, no Vaseline.
You can't come with that. That's like coming with Hit 'Em Up.
Facts.
Or coming with your version of Ether.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
And you know what your bars are like.
Yeah.
Nick changes the pitch of Eminem's voice to avoid copyright issues, yet he copyright claimed my video on his song when I did the exact same thing to avoid copyright issues. So 5 cents, fuck you. Nick has officially run out of ideas to diss Eminem on, so he pulls the race card and tries way too hard at it. Black Power fist in the background? Check. Sporting a sweatshirt of a historically all-black college? Check. Theoretical book about how white people are naturally supremacists and subconsciously hate black people due to their genetically inferior DNA? Check. I understand race is an easy approach to take in a diss battle when it's two different races, but Eminem of all people, has he seen his entourage? Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Royce the 5'9", Crooked I, Jay-Z, Proof, all of D12. I'm pretty sure Eminem is more respected in the black community than Nick Cannon ever will. Nick then smirkingly flashes this page from the ISIS papers. The book itself is a very pro-black movement that equates white skin as an albino deformity of black skin, but on this page specifically, it shows symbols of male genitalia and a gun, and in this book, the author talks about how white people subconsciously use guns as symbols to make up for their smaller penises in comparison to black penises. It's a cool idea and all, and almost a really good diss, but this is a theoretical, opinionated book that has several holes in its plot. It says some pretty outlandish things about white people and their subconscious and how people of color can't be racist, and changes the term of racism completely from the scientific definition. It's a very one-sided argument book that fits in Nick's narrative perfectly. It would be like Eminem responding holding a book that talks about how black people are subconsciously doing something in reference to white people because that's the author's specific belief system. It's a very interesting read though, but it shows how Nick is trying way too hard to make this a race issue. Fuck, that was way too nerdy for this video.
He been disrespecting our queens for years.
Gigolo is literally about fucking as many women as possible, where you repeatedly call them hoes multiple times throughout the song.
Matter of fact,
That was cold.
That was gold.
That was cold.
That was cold.
Gigolo was that.
Yeah, Gigolo was that. It was that.
Hey. He got him on that one.
Yeah.
won't you tell him how you really feel, Marshall?
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
Nick Cannon plays a clip from Eminem's 1988 song Foolish Pride and attempts to paint an Eminem is racist narrative, despite Ray Benzano doing this exact same thing in 2003.
Eminem claimed he had made the tape out of anger, stupidity, and frustration after breaking up with an African-American girlfriend.
Spanking from me. The funky
Although the scandalous nature of Eminem's lyrics have given Benzino and the Source a newfound support for their claims, perhaps the biggest revelation of the press conference was how bad Eminem was just 10 years ago, and how much he's improved since.
And we all saw how that ended for Ray Benzino.
If you was really selling coke, well then what the fuck you stop for, dummy? If you slew some crack, you'd make a lot more money than you do from rap.
I love how Nick thinks he just dropped a bombshell on the whole world when this song has literally been available to the public for over 16 years. If anything, as shitty as it is, he made the song more catchy because the original song sucks, but he made this something you could bounce to. What are you doing, man? Eminem.
That's true. That is true.
I hated bouncing to it.
I mean, but
I hated bouncing to it, boy.
he made that shit
The beat
bounceable.
had bars.
He definitely made that shit bounceable.
Was 15 at the time of recording this song and had just been dumped by his African-American girlfriend. Granted, what Eminem said is horrific. Here's a clip of Crooked Eye talking about the situation if he was in the same shoes.
I mean, when I heard what M said, I was like, you know what? He's just pissed. If I was fucking a white bitch at the time and she pissed me off, I'd be like, you fucking white bitch. That's just what I'm gonna do. He was like, yo, this black bitch, whoop. It's like, yo. He was pissed. He was in a fucking relationship with somebody, and we say things when we're pissed off. We might not agree with ourselves the next day, but guess what? We say things when we're pissed off. And us as musicians, we go into the booth and we spew what's on our minds. And I think the public don't give us an opportunity to change our minds.
Also, can we talk about...
Yeah, as an artist, once you out there like that, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was.
It's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The artists don't get forgiven, and that's the thing. They don't get forgiven
at all.
How fucking hypocritical it is that Nick Cannon's bringing up something that happened over 30 years ago and he's using it as a diss, but when it came to Kevin Hart tweeting out some really fucked up shit like 10 years ago, he jumped straight to his defense on Twitter and argued with everyone.
What? Black girls are bitches. Black what you say, him?
Why can't Nick Cannon's rap voice sound like his ad-libs right here? They're clear, they have bass to them, but when he starts to rap, it sounds like he's whispering again. What the fuck?
We let you be a guest in his house, but now you cancel.
Hey, more race baiting and Nick Cannon using somebody else's insults to insult Eminem. Get used to that. In all seriousness, Nick clearly knew this comment would get under Eminem's skin only because of the Lord Jamar interviews. Also, Nick claims Eminem is merely a guest in the house of hip-hop, whilst Nick himself isn't even a neighbor on the same block. Also,
Nick not even a neighbor on the
same block.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
Right, come on, dog.
That's a bar.
Sheesh.
You say you're a guest in the house. Damn.
Nick, you ain't even a neighbor on the same block in the house of hip hop.
Wow, that's crazy. That was a bar.
Nick Cannon goes back to his normal ways of not rhyming a fucking thing.
I had to put my motherfucking turban on. Outside your motherfucking suburban on.
What happened in the last 10 years or so that made Nick Cannon think this was the way to rap? Like the whisper rap was the way to go. Because if you look back and listen to like Gigolo and Dime Piece and some of his earlier songs, he raps normally.
Protesting with AKs and guns. Our queens don't need your racism.
For the life of me, I could not figure out what he was saying until I looked up the lyrics and realized he rhymed guns with racism. But he said racism to make it rhyme. And it's just
racist.
Man, I wish Nick Cannon would stop fucking trying to rap.
KKK, this generation.
Hey, more race baiting. Get used to that. Also, what does that even mean? How is one person an entire group of this generation, even though that group still exists in this generation? That's like me saying Nick Cannon's the bad rapper of this generation. Like, there's plenty of bad rappers out there, despite how much we all hate them. Also, Nick ignores them.
Yeah, get the KKK this generation. KKK ain't went nowhere.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and how can one person be the KKK of this generation?
Yeah.
He's just
of this generation. Like, there's plenty of bad rappers out there despite how much we all hate them. Also, Nick ignores the multiple collaborations and collaborative albums with people of the African American descent, but no KKK.
Cause ain't no age for white race.
I would give anybody watching this right now
Cause KKK ain't about to team up with nobody black for no reason, boy. You know what I'm saying?
None.
American descent, but no KKK.
Cause ain't no age for white race.
I would give anybody watching this right now $100 if they can lip read and see what the fuck Nick Cannon was saying during this scene.
Cause ain't no age for white race.
I don't give a fuck cause that's what you can't let.
That was too many words for that.
It was. What was he saying?
He was with the old karate flicks,
old kung fu
boy.
movies, yeah.
And no age.
Yeah. I'm gonna kick your ass. Motherfucker.
White rage.
Facts.
That's why that's on my son.
Yeah, God forbid Nick Cannon said some fucked up shit when he was younger. I once thought Nick Cannon was one of the greatest actors of all time because of Drumline, and then I got older and realized that I was fucking stupid.
He's a rap star. Run, nigga, run. Standing my ground.
Hey,
according to the gospel,
I had loved Drumline though.
Yo.
I ain't gonna lie though. Drumline was my shit.
Hey, what? Everybody wanted to play goddamn drum after Drumline, dog.
Dog, I know Cortland was lit. He loved that movie, dog.
Cortland was lit because doggone, Cortland was
at Southern.
Cortland was in that fight.
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying they portrayed in Drumline.
Yeah, exactly.
He was actually in that fight.
Yeah.
Southern play. I forgot it was Southern versus
Grambling. When the Southern was Grambling,
because the fight was on BT.
Or was it Jackson State?
I can't remember.
It might have been Grambling, dog. Southern versus Grambling.
But yeah, he was in that fight. Yeah, so he loved it. Well,
yeah.
Realized that I was fucking stupid.
He's a rap star. Run, nigga, run. Standing my ground. Fruit of Islam.
According to the Gospel Coalition for the Nation of Islam, a member of the Fruit of Islam is supposed to be respectful to all, regardless of color.
Paper, you racist. I see why you hate us.
Nick Cannon has literally brainwashed himself with this theoretical, opinionated book. Nick tells Eminem to read this book to see that he's racist, but this book's main point is that white people are subconsciously racist due to white supremacy. Therefore, he's always going to be racist. Despite his actual racist comments, he's still going to be racist no matter what.
Goddamn right, yeah, I'm on one.
Nick has spent a decent amount of bars referencing his Islamic faith, but then proceeds to casually drop God, which is an impermissible phrase in the Islamic faith and one of the worst things you can physically say in the religion.
Christopher Columbus, hip-hop wish you discovered.
Nick does his best Yoda impression and says a sentence completely ass backwards. Hip-hop wish you discovered.
Just for Rosa and Coretta, Asada and Loretta.
What is going on here? Like, what is the point of this? Nick has become so enthralled with this race issue that he has forgotten why he's dissing Eminem in the first place. It's because he said he had no balls, in case you forgot.
Jamal told your ass you was a guest in our house. I'm trying to find out who the fuck let this pest in our house.
Lord Jamar also said that women in rap aren't real rap, which is super disrespectful to the queens of hip-hop, and it's literally half of the reason you're dissing Eminem for, so where's that Lord Jamar diss track at, man? Also, how many fucking interviews are there of you out there saying that Eminem...
Facts, so where the Lord Jamar diss track at? You know what I'm saying? If it's like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dissing the women.
But what you said about the women in hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eminem is in your top 5, yet you're calling him a pest right here. Make up your mind, man.
I know you and Eminem have an interesting history, so I'm assuming you didn't listen to it.
I didn't. I haven't heard it.
Right.
But I still, Eminem's in my top 5. My number 1, Pac, hands down.
Okay.
My number 2, Eminem.
Now, people may not remember this, but I do recall you having a battle of sorts with the likes of one of the greatest wordsmiths / rappers known to man in Eminem.
Yep.
You heard him. This is how you feel about us. We just gonna keep letting that ride?
Well, everybody else heard it 16 years ago, and you've been letting it ride since, so I don't see why you wouldn't let it go on a little bit more. Also, need I remind you, it was 30 years ago! Also, in the song...
You gotta give, once again, man, you gotta give Nick some kind of credit for going at somebody who you feel like is one of the greatest rappers of all time, because he acknowledged it.
Especially when he know he out of his league.
He
like
know
that.
he out of his league. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give him some kind of credit for not backing down and being no bitch. You know what I'm saying? He might be a pussy, but he ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Might be a pussy, but he ain't no bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Because, dog, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yeah.
But if they diss me,
you gotta go ahead.
I'm gonna have to diss their ass back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and that won't change the fact that I respect them as the greatest MCs of all time, but battling is battling, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Eminem said black girls are bitches and black girls are dumb, and then Nick says, you heard what he says about us, so is Nick admitting to being a girl right now?
Read the hating paper, you racist, I see why you hate it.
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
He did call himself Oprah in the booth.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
This is the second pre-chorus and the third chorus, and Nick says more words in the pre-chorus than he does in his actual verses, and Eminem says more words than Nick can in all together.
Oh yeah, the hopping, bob, and all them other house Negroes that keep defending this motherfucker. Come on, holla at me. I got some books you should read.
Nick says anybody supporting Eminem because he's white is now considered an Uncle Tom. And I know a lot of people who are not going to be happy about this one.
Oh, and Marshall, I tried to give you an invitation. The invitation's canceled.
In Eminem's defense, you didn't give him an actual date to come on the show, and you can't RSVP to something that doesn't have an actual date. Also, this reminds me of this clip from South Park.
Great, you guys. I'm going home.
Yes, Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Guys, I really want this to be the last video on the Nick Cannon situation, okay? I'm getting very tired of it. Nick claims every single video on the situation, regardless if I barely use any audio, if I change the audio, anything. And I'm sure this video won't be any different. But the first two, like, they were not good diss tracks and everything, but they were still fun and lighthearted. This one just felt like pure hatred and evil, and like I just didn't like the vibe this one gave off. Nick casually threw around the word racism, and like when people do that, man, it just, you forget what racism actually is. I don't know, the whole thing just felt weird, and I hope that the whole situation is done with. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys, and thank you for stopping by, and until next time, it has been your boy Crypt. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Facts, and you got a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit ain't fun no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you take the fun out of the battle, like, cause battle, we love battle rap, and we love to see battles.
Once you bring the racism in there, and it's, you know what I'm saying, and it's not deep rooted.
Yeah,
it's not deep rooted in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, real shit, like real racism.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
gotta be dissing somebody.
You can't just slang. You just can't slang that racism.
You
out
can't
there
throw
like
that on
people. You can't race bait. You can't slang racism. You know what I'm saying? You can't try to just take one thing and get people to run with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's wrong.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? And yeah,
this
I don't like it.
Yeah, he know it ain't
like
true.
It. Yeah, so.
Hey, one thing, Nick Cannon, but he swear that he thought that was about to be the way he said that last line. Like, your invitation is canceled.
Yeah,
like he put a lot of emphasis on that.
He said that like it wasn't declined.
Yeah,
in the first place.
Yeah, it wasn't even accepted.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
all right, y'all. We got another one, man. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Facts, man. Y'all know what to do, man. Get somebody a hug today.
ScriptWork.
Love and respect for everybody.
And I don't care, I'm just sipping on this yak. They can try to call me in, but I'ma be